I have gained 15 kilograms in 2 years. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how I got toward that number, which is also where I am now, and key takeaways so that you can progress faster than I did without spending that much time on figuring out everything on your own and trying what do not actually work. If you don't know who I am, my name is Bách Đỗ, a Vietnamese guy. I run You Gains, an online personal coaching service helping males gain weight and strength, becoming bigger and stronger versions of themselves. And I'm making these types of videos with the aim of also helping you achieve that goal, bro. You can check out YouTube shorts on this channel for my training style, strength, and physique. Alright, this whole process of mine can date back to 2023, when my weight was 55 kilograms. At that point, I just realized how fucked up I was because I was so skinny, small, weak, also not confident of myself in terms of not only my physical strength but also how I looked. And so I started to get on the self-improvement journey, learning about the health, how to improve it, how to become a real man, etc, etc. I was basically binging watching Hamza. Then I had to take the course National Defense Education in June for nearly a month, even though I was one of the few last guys to finish their meals at the end of the, I would say, the meal session. Okay, it was basically a part of military. You got that right? So there will be sessions for every single task, including the eating one. So the room was large, full of other 100 students, I suppose. It was like a hall, and I was most of the time the last guy to finish my meal there. So it can somehow indicate that I had been eating quite a lot, right? After the course ended, I was looking forward to the gains in my weight, and during that time I was also still working out with the outdoors dips and pull-up bars. I played basketball as well. However, my weight was still staying the fucking same, still 55 kilograms. And then I remember that Hamza did say one thing about how to become a real man, which is to learn how to fight. And it was an intriguing idea to me, and actually it did come true. I started to train martial arts, particularly Muay Thai and kickboxing and some other stuff there, 3 times per week in the evening, while still working out at home every single day, basically no rest day, bro. I would work out at home for my muscle gain in the afternoon, and then there will be 3 more sessions in the evening within a week for martial arts training. At the time, I started to use some kind of supplements, including whey protein, that motherfucker. And the first one, as far as I remember, its name was Rule 1 whey protein. It caused me a bunch of acne. It made my guts work so hard. Basically, it was full of chemicals and sugar, which we already know that is not good for our health, right? So I stopped using that shit and switched up to another organic, natural protein powder choice. Still, at least to me, I would say that that shit still contains chemicals, at least preservatives, in order to keep the powder edible for a quite long period of time, right? Yeah, so even though those shits did help me to gain weight to 65 kilograms, but then it just went back to 60. Alright, in 2024, I started to hit the gym every fucking single day. Of course, within the initial period, I would say of 3 to 4 months. And before that, I did stop training martial arts. The last time I trained was maybe May 2024. Then in June, I went to the gym every single day, no rest day again. My diet plan was on track. And then I got to 68 kilograms in only 5 months. That was a huge achievement for me. However, at the end of November, I remember clearly that fucking day, 23rd. There were several events happening on that day, so I just remember it. That was the day that I got injured with my left wrist. And this shit took me off for 3 months. So basically I did not get my upper body to train for 3 months till April. April 2025 this year is the time that I came back to training. But why it is 3 months but not 4? Because it should have included December 2024, right? Well, the month after I got injured with my wrist, I still trained, bro. I still did the fucking pull-outs, bend over row, trap bar deadlifts, and some stuff like that. And that's why my wrist should have healed much faster. But then, after doing that shit for a while, still kept training. It set me back for a longer period. Yeah, it was stupid of me. I was a dumbass, so you do not do that shit like I did, okay? When you got injured, just rest, just relax. Take several weeks off, even that. It doesn't really matter because after the injury heals so fast, you can actually get back to the training with the proper program, which I'm gonna talk later in this video. So in April, I got back to training. After 3 months no training with my upper body, I was just able to do some core training with lighter exercises rather than toe bar, elbow lever, tuck front lever, advanced tuck front lever, L sit hold, dragon flag. Nothing like that anymore. I was just able to do things on the floor like Russian twist, and even plank. I wasn't able to do it because after doing that, the following day my wrist would get hurt so bad, and I was just training my leg not properly, to be honest. But yeah, till now my weight has increased to more than 70 kilograms with a new training program, specifically a cycle plan. Basically I would train 5 days. I would have a 5-day training plan functioning in a cycle. So after the 5th day, it will restart to the first one of the plan, okay? And I get back to where I was in only 2 months, which I had to do in 5 months. So it is so crazy. You gotta understand that I came back to training, but from zero, because I did not train my upper body, right? The muscle, the strength just went out. And I have been adding more to my diet plan, and so that my weight did increase from 68 to more than 70 kgs right now. And here are the 2 main things that I wish I knew, because this is what I know now in order to progress much faster for you, bro. I did those shit so that you do not have to do it, okay? The very first one is to cut the workout length. A typical session of my workout program initially at the gym, it lasted at least, okay, remember this, minimum 2 hours, even more, from 3 p.m. to 5:30, maybe, at least 2 hours. It could get to 2.5 hours. That was crazy, right? Wasting a bunch of times, because at the end of every single session I would do martial arts related training, like shoulder conditioning, shits like that, kicking the heavy bag to condition my shins, doing the shadow boxing and stuff. Bro, it did not that matter. Right now, every session of mine would last from 1 to 1.5 hours with the same effect, same result, or even faster. I am able to get back to where I was in only 2 months from zero. So I have been able to spend the rest of my time on developing not only myself but also this business. I have been currently doing YouTube, coaching my clients and stuff. Yeah, so cut out your workout length. You can still keep the same effective result, or even you can progress much faster because you have more time to rest. Okay? The second thing is related to that, which is to progress fast basically in every single workout. With the new program that I did invest maybe last month, I have been able to progress every single workout session. What I mean by progress, it is to increase the number of sets, number of reps, weight, of course. We get to move on to the more difficult variation of an exercise, or at least we do not increase that, but we feel more comfortable doing the same sets, the same number basically, compared to the previous session. We feel more comfortable doing that because our muscles have gotten bigger and stronger to get adapted to that. So focus on the right one, the right exercises. What I recommend is free weight compound body weight exercises. You can only do maybe the exercises from powerlifting, including squat, conventional deadlift, and bench press, and street lifting, including weighted pull-up, weighted chin-up, and weighted dips. Maybe you can just skip the weighted chin-ups and you will still be fine. Just doing those exercises and then you will be good. You will get to the peak of your life with your physique and strength. Yeah. So focus on the right exercises, or at least the style of training, which is resistance training, not endurance one. Eliminate the unnecessary one. Like I said before, the endurance training, like cardio, running. Of course, if we can do it to improve our health in general, fine. Do that on the day where you do not have to train your muscle. Other than that, to me, it will not be accepted. Okay? We can still do cardio on the day when we do not have to train our muscle, hypertrophy and stuff like that, right? To gain size, just to improve our endurance. But martial arts training, it doesn't really matter to me anymore, because I'm not gonna be on a fight the next day or the next week or next month, right? I'm just a regular guy. Still, I'm still so confident after that period training martial arts, because at least I know how to fight. I know how to defend myself with kicking, punching. I still got that. And sometimes, from time to time, I might do some kicking stuff on the heavy bag to just condition my shin a little bit to make it stronger. That's it. Alright, so those are the things that you can know now after that period of mine, from trials, errors, and fix, and even injuries. So here are the true sense of this video. You do not have to train every single day like I did, 7 days per week, no rest days. You do not have to do that as I did. Okay, you do not have to do that. I repeat it. And still you can get the same results, still effect. You have to, because you don't do that, you don't have to do that. Here, you gotta train to failure every single set of most exercises. Okay? Moreover, you gotta give enough time for each specific muscle group to rest. Minimum 4 days doing nothing related to that muscle group. So for example, we gotta have a push workout today, right? Including chest, tricep, and shoulder. So we gotta give it at least 4 days to rest, and then we will hit it again on. So today is Tuesday, we gotta do the push workout. The next session of push workout would be on Sunday. Alright, at least Sunday. Okay, give it more time to rest, and then you will be surprised that, oh shit, the next session I have gained progress so fast, because it have time to get adapted to this. So obvious, right? Next one is to eat more, calmer, consistently. Do the fucking same thing every single day, eating the same shit every single day. You know that those meals have already contributed to the gain in your weight. So do not even dare to eliminate them, to be lazy to not eat them. Shut the fuck up, go do the thing. Specifically, eat the meals, even though they are repetitive. Just like me, I have ground pork and boiled vegetables, which are bland from the viewpoints of normal people who do not eat like that, who just prefer the flavors, the taste, the sauces, the fast fucking food. We are not like that. Do you understand? Eat more. You gotta weight yourself every fucking single day, so that number on the scale can show you, okay, whether you need to eat more or not. If the number on that goes up, maintains or even goes down, it means that you need to eat more compared to the number of meals or the number of proportions of the previous day's meal that you did have. You gotta eat more consistently every fucking single day, even on rest day. You gotta do it, because if you don't, the next day, do not be surprised that your weight will go down. Do not be like that. You gotta maintain it so that it would become your habit. If you do not do it, you will feel like, oh, I haven't done something important today. Oh, it is to eat 5 meals per day. I have just missed one. We gotta make up for it. Do not miss it. You gotta finish it before the day ends. Alright? Last but not least, make investment of your resources into knowledge. This is so huge, bro. I used to think that I would be able to do everything, train for free, eat stuff, get the knowledge by myself, all for free and all on my own. Sure, it is viable, but normally the courses, the coaching service, the mentors, they are all born to help you facilitate your progress, just like I did for my clients. They were stuck for months or even years at that kind of condition where they were skinny as fuck and weak. They even held the belief that they would not be able to push more, to bench press more. They were scared. But then after working with me, they were able to push more and see what they have gained. Strength, and of course weight. More confidence in themselves because they have gained more size. That's it. You gotta invest. So obviously we got the option to invest our money into courses, service and stuff. But if you don't, at least try to invest your current assets, which are time and effort, into learning on your own by watching YouTube videos like this one, reading blogs, searching, doing research and stuff. Fighting on your own, at least to optimize your plans, to make it work better for you. Just like I did. Initially, I didn't know what to do. I just trained every fucking single day to figure out what will work for me. And then till now, I'm just have several days off, but not completely off. However, I still got the time to finish what I want, which is also crucial in my life, and still get the same effect when it comes to fitness and weight gain in particular. So yeah, and when you do that, remember to learn from the people who already got the thing that you want, or at least people who have overcome successfully the struggles, the challenges that you have already that you are encountering. Other than those sources, do not trust. Okay, do not take advices from skinny bitches on how to gain weight. Do not do stuff like that. And I mean male bitches, okay, because of course you will not take females' advices on how to gain weight for you as a male, right? But yeah, and after that, be the best student that they have ever got, whether they are your current your coaches, mentors, or even they are just people, the content creators on the internet. But at least they know something that you don't know, right? And that's why you are listening. And that's why you're listening to me right now, because then I know something that you don't know. You gotta admit that fact, or else you would not be there, or else you would not be here, right? Be the best student that they have ever got. What they tell you to do, what they suggest, do it. Shut the fuck up. Carry them out, and that's it. And then you will gradually get closer to your goal, bro. Alright, you can download my free guide 5 deadly mistakes keeping you skinny and weak and how to fix them in the link, in the description link. Also apply for free personal coaching to do the same outcome faster. I will catch up to you later, bro.